What if I told you that once upon a time, it didn't just rain for a day or a week or even a year? What if it rained for 2 million years? Non-stop. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but this really happened. This was the Carnian pluvial episode, a dramatic and transformative period in Earth's history that changed life on our planet forever. So let's rewind the clock way back, about 234 million years ago, during the late Triassic period. The world was a very different place. Most of the land was clumped together into one massive supercontinent called Pangaea. And the climate? For the most part, it was hot and dry, almost like a global desert. But then, something big happened. A series of massive volcanic eruptions began, primarily in a region we now call the Wrangellia Large Igneous Province, which stretches from modern-day Alaska down to British Columbia. These weren't your typical Mount St. Helens-style eruptions. We're talking about colossal fissures in the Earth's crust that spewed unimaginable amounts of lava, ash, and gas for thousands upon thousands of years. The sheer volume of this volcanic activity was staggering. It pumped enormous quantities of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. And as we know today, when you load up the atmosphere with greenhouse gases, the planet heats up. Global temperatures soared. This intense heat caused a massive increase in evaporation from the oceans. All that water vapor had to go somewhere. It rose into the superheated atmosphere, formed thick, dense clouds that blanketed the globe, and then it fell. And it kept falling. For 2 million years, the world was caught in a relentless, humid, global downpour. It wasn't just a light drizzle either. Scientists believe it was a period of intense monsoonal storms, a constant cycle of warming, evaporation, and torrential rain. Imagine Pangaea, this vast, arid supercontinent suddenly being drenched. The dry, dusty plains turned into muddy swamps. Vast river systems carved their way through the land where none had existed before. Huge lakes formed, and the sea levels rose, flooding coastal areas. The world was fundamentally and permanently waterlogged. Now, as you can imagine, this was not great news for the creatures and plants that were adapted to the dry, arid conditions of the early Triassic. Many species simply couldn't cope with the constant wetness and the dramatic shift in their environment. This led to a major extinction event, both on land and in the sea. Reefs in particular were hit hard, and many marine invertebrates disappeared. On land, a lot of the dominant plant-eating reptiles, which were the top herbivores of their time, went extinct. But here's where the story gets really interesting. While this endless rain was a catastrophe for some, it was a golden opportunity for others. The old guard was wiped out, leaving a huge ecological vacuum. And nature, as they say, abhors a vacuum. This crisis created the perfect conditions for a new group of animals to rise up and take over. And that group was the dinosaurs. Before the Carnian pluvial episode, dinosaurs were around, but they were a relatively minor and diverse group. They were mostly small, bipedal creatures, living in the shadows of the larger, more dominant reptiles of the time. They weren't the kings of the planet yet, but the 2 million year-long rainstorm changed everything. The constant wetness created a lush green world. The old, tough, desert-adapted plants were replaced by fast-growing ferns, conifers, and other water-loving vegetation. This explosion of new plant life provided a massive all-you-can-eat buffet for herbivores, and the dinosaurs were perfectly positioned to take advantage of it. Their efficient breathing systems and upright posture allowed them to thrive in this new, humid world. They began to grow larger, diversify, and spread across the recovering Pangaea. The extinction of the old dominant reptiles opened up the top spot in the food chain, and dinosaur predators stepped in to fill it. Herbivorous dinosaurs evolved to eat the new abundance of plants, and soon we see the first appearance of the large, long-necked sauropods, the giants that would dominate the Jurassic period. In short, the Carnian rain was the catalyst. It cleared the stage and set the scene for the age of dinosaurs to truly begin. Without this 2 million year-long downpour, the world of Jurassic Park might never have existed. It wasn't just dinosaurs either. This period of upheaval and change spurred the evolution of many other groups that are familiar to us today. The first true mammals began to appear, scuttling around the feet of the newly dominant dinosaurs. The first lizards, turtles, and even crocodiles owe their origins to this transformative time. The world after the rain was a very different place, one that was starting to look a lot more like the world we know. The floral landscape also changed, with conifers becoming widespread, laying the foundation for the forests of the Jurassic and Cretaceous. So, how do we know all this? Scientists are like detectives, piecing together clues from the past. They study rock layers from all over the world. A key piece of evidence is a specific layer of dark, organic-rich shale and sandstone that dates back to this exact period. These rocks, found on multiple continents, tell a story of a wet, swampy environment. Geochemists analyze the isotopes in these rocks, which act like a chemical fingerprint, revealing shifts in the global carbon cycle caused by those massive volcanic eruptions. And of course, there are the fossils. The fossil record shows a clear pattern: a mass extinction followed by the rapid diversification and dominance of dinosaur species. It's a powerful reminder of how dynamic our planet is. A period of intense volcanic activity can trigger a climate catastrophe that completely reshuffles the deck of life on Earth. An event that causes mass extinction for one group can be the very thing that allows another to rise to dominance. The story of the Carnian pluvial episode shows that even the most extreme crises can be powerful engines of change and evolution. So, the next time you're stuck inside on a rainy day, annoyed that your plans are ruined, just take a moment. Think about the time it rained for 2 million years. A rain that ended one world and gave birth to a new one. A rain that paved the way for the mighty dinosaurs and ultimately shaped the course of life on this planet in ways we're still uncovering today. It really puts a little drizzle into perspective, doesn't it? Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey back in time as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the incredible history of our world. Remy signing off. Stay safe and stay curious. See you next time.